So I would like to begin by congratulating you guys, the ones who graduated, to making it to where you are now. You should feel proud with everything that you have achieved, um, because you have achieved so much. I'm sure you may have learned eight more recipes, or have redecorated your bedroom, or have earned 305 grab points because of all the sushi bake that you ordered. But all kidding aside, but all kidding aside, finishing in itself is an achievement, even in normal circumstances, but more so now amidst the pandemic. All of you have conquered the challenges of the past months, moved heaven and earth just to finish. Now begins a new phase in your life, and everything is ahead of you. I'd like to offer three pieces of advice that have helped me. I find it helpful to limit it to three because it works both ways. If the speech is good, then you can easily grab the takeaway. If the speech is bad, then you know how far it's gone and when it should end. Okay, so first point, embrace uncertainty. Welcome it with arms wide open because it will always be training you. And it's important that you learn how to deal with it. So I'm sure a lot of you will be getting questions like, so what's your plan after graduation? And I understand what kind of anxiety that induces. And when you don't have a plan, yes, that's true. And believe me, even if you do have a plan, then you might ask yourself, is this what I really want to do? What am I passionate about? So you see, uncertainty always trails you like a shadow, but don't let it paralyze you. When I was about to graduate 9 years ago, I think, 2011, I felt unsure about my career choices as well. What helped me evaluate is looking for the trifecta, no, sorry, of passion, skill, and money. Passion, which just means do you like what you're doing? Skill, are you any good at it? And money, can it sustain you financially? Of course, that's an important thing. And then it helps you narrow down your choices moving forward. Second, tip, everything is easier if you break them into parts. So being overwhelmed is normal. It's a normal reaction when we feel that the challenge is so much bigger than us. And I'm sure you face similar goals in the university, and I'm sure many of you, all of you, have conquered. Learn to recognize these challenges, their traits, their phases, because what you will be encountering moving forward are mere mutations of them. They're just the same challenges, different circumstances. Remember your past challenges, remember what you learned from them, because you will just be facing the same ones disguised as something else. Recognize the pattern, strategize, divide and conquer. Going back to figuring out your passion, if you find it hard to choose what you like, what you're passionate about, as what others would say, it might be a little bit easier if you identify what you don't like instead. So that's a little bit easier, what you don't like. Narrow down your options, and among whatever is left, then choose the one that you like the most, or probably the one that's, if everything, all of them is something you like, just choose one and stick with it for a year or two. Then evaluate. If you want to move on, select the next one from your list, stick with it, evaluate, then repeat. Don't worry if it's repetitive because you'll have plenty of time. As what Danielle said, there's no need to rush, because you have as much time as you need. Yes, you will have times when you won't recognize your opponent immediately. You won't have a strategy yet. You don't know what to do.
Makes this game the best strategy game ever. In fact, you can build everything.
Oprah offers some advice. So she said, not everything that Oprah says I agree with, but this one I do. It's really okay not to have all of the answers.
As long as it doesn't.
The answers will come for sure if you can accept that not knowing long enough, uncertainty, to be still long enough so that new thoughts can take root in your more quiet, deeper selves. Then you'll know what to do. Okay, for the last point, last tip, learn to both learn and unlearn. So, professional life is merely a new mode of learning. Everything will be new, exciting, and oftentimes overwhelming. You will be tested with what the university has prepared you for. But remember that the answers won't always be available after you take the test. And sometimes the answers aren't even available to the ones testing you. You have a lot you have a lot to learn, like how to deal with bureaucracy and company politics. You have to learn how to manage your boss, you have to learn how to build connections. You will also have a lot to unlearn. You have to unlearn conscious and unconscious biases about people and personalities. You have to unlearn cramming, that's for sure. And you have to unlearn the limits that other people placed on you. We're on a different time, a different circumstance. And this time that we have has taught us a lot of things. It's good to diversify. Um, you may not only have one source of income, it's not just work. You can have gigs, you can have a lot of things that you can explore. And things that you may have learned in the university or things you might not have learned in the university. But the most important thing that the university has taught you isn't programming or writing papers or delivering business presentations, all three of which I enjoy very much. But it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is learning how to teach yourself the skills that you need to solve problems. It's learning how to learn. That's the most important thing. Always remember that you will not start with no work experience. You already have those. You have schoolwork, you have volunteering, you have extracurricular activities, and you have a lot to draw from. And you can do this. Okay, just a recap. First, embrace uncertainty. It will always follow you. You can make it your best friend. Second, everything is easier when broken down into parts. Divide and conquer. Um, Third, learn to both learn and learn. Okay? I'm excited for all of you guys who have graduated and are starting their professional career. I wish you luck in everything that you do and go blaze a trail. Thank you.